super honored to be here and to share with you ladies today. This is one of my favorite groups, and I'm all about women supporting women, and this is such an international group as well. It's really important to me that we cross all of those boundaries and barriers that are typically established, and that we become a united front of women supporting women. So in just a few days, I'm going to be celebrating my 9-year sobriety birthday on March the 20th. So thank you. And you know how Google and Facebook all flash you memories of your past? You know, they're flashing me memories of what I was doing in 2012 right now. And I was deep in a state of misery leading up to my first meeting because I was high on a man that I met on eHarmony. He lived in Calgary. I live in Southern California. He told me he loved me before we met. And I was thinking, that's the cat's meow. This is the one. So it crashed and burned badly. So, but that's my number one bottom line, is that I don't do the he's the one syndrome. Like, I lead with my love addiction. And so I'm definitely a sex addict. But when I took the 40 questions, I only said yes to 8 of the 40 questions. And of those 8, I was like, hell yes on 5 of those. And those 5 were the ones that are all about love addiction. So I want to share this morning about top lines in a sober breakup. We don't talk enough about sober breakups. So I've been dating a gentleman. It just so happened to be 99 days. And he was a man that I've known for 7 or 8 years through a mutual friend. And I left a short little blurb about it in our WhatsApp group just so that I could spend more time on the top lines portion of it. But it became really clear to me that we were so different. And I knew we were really different from the start because he's really quiet. I had sat next to him at many different parties and functions, and he had actually been to my house when I was in my first sober relationship, when I had a Christmas party and our mutual friend invited him. So it was a leap when we connected on Thanksgiving to be able to say, okay, let's just give Jerry a try and see. Times are different, and people had always accused me of being picky, and and I just thought, Jerry is a really good person. He's worth me seeing if we would be a good couple. So I gave it my all and learned some amazing lessons. But what's really important for those who are new to SLAA is taking the time. Typically it's a year, taking the time off of dating and focusing on ourselves, because my whole world was wrapped up in men and finding the man, keeping the man. Everything was wrapped up in the man. Nothing was wrapped up in my life. So I learned how to date myself. Like, dating myself really meant focusing on myself enough to learn that what I wanted, who I was, independent of a man. I didn't know who or what I was independent of a man. And so I became and continue to refine my skills at being an intentionally autonomous woman. And that intentionally autonomous woman is the woman who I'm highly connected to my higher power. I'm connected to my fellows, each of you. I'm connected to my life. I'm making my life something I enjoy living. I'm spending time doing things I want to do, celebrating life. So therefore, in the relationship really is an addition instead of the concept of completing me. It really is something that is like, I brush my teeth, I put gas in the car, I wash the dishes, and I date. I make the bed, I pay my bills, and I date. It's not like, wow, I'm dating. And my friends who aren't in the program will still do that. And it's so great now to be able to see it. Like, oh, I see them practicing their love addiction on me. Oh my God, Alicia, he sounds so amazing. He's got to be the one. And it's like, I just want to laugh and go, you need SLAA. So I don't say that though. But the top lines in a sober breakup, first of all, are making friends with impermanence. Yeah, making friends with impermanence. Like in sober dating, we always think the next one may be the one. And instead, I love seeing some of your heads shake. Thank you. Like you relate, you get it. Like we don't think, okay, I'm going to date this man. And he's, how long will it last? But we go into it really with blindfolds on, with rose-colored glasses on. And this is something we learn. We don't wait to sober date until we get there, but that year is really important. And so we've become an intentionally autonomous woman. We're learning about ourselves, and we're sober dating ourselves, and we're friends with impermanence. And then, really promptly ending it when it's crystal clear that there's no point in continuing it. That when we know that, and, one of the things that made yesterday crystal clear that it was the day was a few things that had led up to it, but mainly the fact that he made reservations for us to visit his mother and sister in Connecticut and New Hampshire. And inside, every ounce of me just screamed, no! Like, even if it had been tickets to Italy or Paris, I wouldn't want to spend 10 days with Jerry because he's so quiet and just so, flatline emotionally. Great person. There's nothing about him I would describe as a qualifier. So I was crystal clear, and I promptly took action kindly and respectfully. And so the next point really is no projecting blame and shame. I was prepared to deal with a couple of things because for privacy reasons, I went to his house. And I was really prepared for him to say, well, can we go upstairs just one more time? He didn't say that, but I had to think it through. What if he does? I want to be prepared. I also wanted to be prepared. What if he says, well, let's just be friends? Let's still go for a hike on Sunday. And thank you. And so I was prepared to say, it's best right now that we have space. I will always consider you a friend, but I'm not sure that I can be friends with you. There's no hard feelings here at all. I'm grateful for the time. And no acting out. That's really big. I don't need to go sideways. Didn't come home and binge last night. Hooray. Not going to binge today. Not going to get on the phone to any guys. Thank you. Not going to get on the phone to any guys and try to stir up something because I'm also a drama addict, and staying away from drama is a part of my bottom lines. I don't do drama. I avoid behaviors until they're well thought out so that there's no drama there. So I just get to be in the feelings. And I did most of my crying yesterday. And that crying really was in respect for, it is better to be loved and lost. It is better to have loved and lost than to have never loved at all. And so the reason that I embrace that phrase in this relationship is because, I took a leap and so did he. And when I did let him know that I didn't feel like we had enough in common to be a long-term partnership, he didn't even pause. He goes, I knew that. We both knew that. We both knew that going in. And his response was so matter of fact that it really took me aback. And it was I wanted there to be something that was, yeah, I know, that's tough. And so what I have to respect is how Jerry gets his process. I don't get to judge how Jerry handles it. like that was, thank you so much. So that was his saving face. And I get to respect that and go on with my life today. There's no hole here that I have to fill because I kept my life going intact. So I'm here to say, welcome to the newcomers. Wherever anyone is in your recovery today, sobriety is such a gift, and we get to be completely different women than we were before. And I'm really grateful to be with you and to have this moment with you. So thank you.